Welcome back. In Kwara State, opposition parties have been reacting to the swearing-in of a transitional implementation committee to run the affairs of the state's 16 local government councils. The two factions of the People's Democratic Party have divergent views, with one threatening to sue the state governor. Recently, the Kwara State Governor, Abdul Fattah Ahmed, inaugurated and swore in members of the Transition Implementation Committee to run the affairs of the 16 local governments pending the election to be held. The governor, at the occasion, challenged them to focus on the payment of workers' salaries.
You must take advantage of the reduced recurrent expenditure offered by the TIC structure to clear some of the backlogs of arrears in the shortest possible time. You must also prioritize low-hanging infrastructure that will bring swift relief to the people.
Reacting to the mandate of the Transitional Committee members, the factional chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Sunday Fagbemi, while addressing his members, said the crisis within the party encouraged him to support the committee to run the affairs of the local councils.
We told them that we are not happy about setting up any caretaker committee or TIC, but at the same time, inwardly, I know that it would have been an exercise in futility if we just go ahead and push people into an election that the then leadership were really not interested in.
The other factional state chairman, Iyola Oyedepo, on his part, disagreed, saying that the governor has breached the constitutional provision which stipulates that elected chairmen run the affairs of the third tier of government and not committees.
That people have the right to choose those that will govern them, not the governor. So we believe it's an illegality that should not be allowed to stay.
The body encompassing the political parties in the states, the Congress of Nigerian Political Parties, while reacting to its state chairman, Adebayo Lawal, commended the state governor for not allowing a vacuum after the tenure of the last council.
Having a TIC in place, that indicates that this government is ready to conduct an election as soon as possible.
As the issues rage on whether the setting up of the committee is legal or not, people are waiting for the announcement of the date for the election of democratically elected chairmen for the councils. The Nigerian Immigration Service has been defending its decision to make payment of tax a condition for obtaining the Nigerian international passport. Making the clarification in Abuja, the Controller General of Immigration, Mohammed Babandede, says the service will map out a strategy for the implementation of the proposal. He adds that the tax is not a punitive measure against Nigerians and there shall be no objection to its introduction.
It's only in Nigeria you don't pay your tax and you get anything you want. What we are saying, anybody who has not paid his tax should not enjoy any facility of government. And the government is not doing it just because they want to put punitive measures. Passport is issued by Nigerian government to its citizens. And we are saying, look, but before you collect it, either the person who is guaranteeing or yourself, you should pay your tax. There's nothing wrong. It's a policy issue that government wants to collect tax. And government has the right to say that before you get any facility for government, you must pay your tax. What is wrong with that? It's a good idea, but we are not going to implement it until we work out a strategy, a better strategy on how to check this tax system. We want to check it online instead of us to delay getting papers. Otherwise, there will be a lot of forgery on documents, tax papers. I will talk with the tax authority to make sure it is done real time online.
Finally, let's bring you a story that impacts in all the Nigerian states as far as infrastructure roads is concerned. The Minister of Power Works and Housing has been explaining the need for the federal government to revisit tolls as a means of raising funds for road maintenance in the country. Mr. Babatunde Fashola was speaking at the public hearing on the legislation seeking to scrap the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FERMA, and replace it with the Federal Roads Authority. The minister asked the legislature not to set up a new agency, but rather strengthen the existing one which has a similar mandate.
We also welcome the idea of creating a maintenance agency. But we think, and this will be the detail of the substance of the presentation that I will make when we are left, we think that all of the recommendations that have been made for maintenance should be embodied in the agency that government has already created, FERMA. Repeal the existing FERMA law, reenact it, and put all of the new things we want to create inside it, instead of creating a new agency. Because FERMA was set up for maintenance in the very first place. It has acquired a name, it has acquired a brand, we can build on that brand instead of creating new brands. There has been a toll policy already in Nigeria since the Federal Highways Act in 1971. We've deployed tools. For some reason, we stopped it. The politics of our response to this kind of things. I have been in a situation where a political party was campaigning that once you elect us, we will cancel the toll. Now, investors don't like to hear those kind of things. And I think that within our national parliament, we must ingrain that as a position of consistency, whether it's party white or party black.
Mr. Babatunde Fashola, Minister of Power, Works and Housing. His comments bring this edition of News Across Nigeria to a close. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay.